You guys will hear that voice, huh? Recording has
Mm-hmm.
started. Huh?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Right. Okay. Let me share this now. Okay. Now, yes, till last week, as I said, we were discussing about how Python memory gets allocated for any program. What we have discussed, when you launch any program directly, it won't get executed. First of all, to run the program, what is required? Some predefined functions like printf, okay, input, okay, some sort of like dynamically assigning type programming language, right? To understand what is int, what is float, all those classes, functions, and variables. What else? Classes, functions, variables, all are predefined. Predefined means before you have defined some function, something you write in the program, before to that, whatever it comes along with the program, the Python itself are called as predefined, which will get loaded into the memory, are called as predefined. They all get loaded along with that, okay? They all get loaded. They all get loaded into the predefined function. Then it starts going through the reading the program. A is equal to 10. If there is a line, it will create predefined variable means age 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers 256 minus 256 to 256, I guess. And then all your special characters, all those things will be there. Everything, all these things are called as predefined variables. Okay. Predefined functions. Predefined functions means like print. Okay. Then you are converting to integer, right? Int. Okay. Void. I mean, like, sorry, float. All these are called as functions. You can convert them. I'll show you. Okay. And classes. Okay. Actually, int, inside int, there is int function. Int is a class actually. Int is a class int, class for float. Okay. String is one class. All these things will be there. Okay. So predefined classes, predefined functions, and predefined variables will get loaded into the memory. Then you will say a is equal to 1000. Then what it will do, it will create a number called as 1000. If it is only 10, a is equal to 10, then will be already whatever it is there, predefined value 10 somewhere, it will point to that. Okay. Till here everything is clear, right, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we are going to get into the Python aspects. Okay. So there are so many data types are there in Python. So I think we have not started Python data types. Okay. First, let's start with the first thing. What is that? Int. Okay. What is meant by integer? Correct, right? Integer we'll be using a lot. Okay. Okay. This is also one type of the data type, you can say, represents a whole number, like integer values. Example, okay, you can say 10 is an integer, minus 10 is also an integer, okay, 5000 is also one integer, minus 5000 is also some integer. Something, any number, okay, a whole number is called as an integer. Okay, which are non-whole numbers? Which are having decimal numbers or non-whole numbers. So for example, 552 is also something. But if you say 55.3, this is not a whole number. It is not an integer. It is a float. Okay, real number. Okay, something. Okay, so integer means any number, whatever you represent a whole number is called as an integer. Okay, now let me parallelly launch Anaconda. Siddhant,
Yes, sir.
Siddhant,
Yes, sir. Yes,
have you installed Anaconda?
yes, sir.
Okay, it's working.
Yes, sir. It's okay.
Perfect. Okay. Siddhartha has actually done it last week itself. He
Yes, sir.
updated
Yes,
me.
sir.
Yeah, yeah, that's okay. So this is integer. Okay. What is meant by float? There is one more thing called as float. Okay. Float is like 10.5. Okay. 0.2. Okay. 3.5. Something, some numbers. Okay. These are called as float numbers. Okay. There is apart from these two things, okay, there is something called as in Python 2.x, means like older version of Python. We had something called as long. Now it is not there. Now everything is integer only. Okay, there is no long. Means like very bigger numbers you can mention it using long in uh, what do you say in Python 2.x. Now in Python 3, long is not there. Just remember, as a matter of fact, if someone asks you, like, give me some difference. As I said earlier, I'll be giving some examples like difference in between Python 2 and Python 3 during our course instead of discussing them specifically at the beginning. Okay. So now this is called as float 10.5, 3.5, all these things. Okay. That's fantastic. Now we have come to know what is meant by integer and what is meant by float. Okay. But we will I would like to say one thing, okay, uh, before we get into some practical things. Let me share you my, okay, let it be here only. I'll explain you guys. Okay. If you see one thing, okay, um, can 10 be converted into, say, for example, I have 10, okay, 10 is a number, okay, you can convert it into decimal, means something like in the form of uh, 2 to the power of 10, means like the normal integer format what we use. Okay, just remember that. Okay, the this thing is nothing something extraordinary or something. It is just normal thing, like whatever we use numbering format, that is called as decimal format. There is something called as machine understandable language. Okay, 10 can be converted into machine understandable language, that is called as binary. Okay, so simple, remember, binary is something called as oh sorry, 10 to the power of 0, like this, but uh, binary is something called as 2 to the power of 0. Why it is, I'll tell you. Okay, now you see, I have 5 3, example 53. Okay, 53 is a number I have. If I have to convert it into, okay, integer, okay, in the form of decimal format. Okay, just remember this. Decimal means what? 10. Decimal means 10. Okay, first from the left, from the right to left, you have to go. 10 into, okay, 10 into, okay, take this, 1 into 10 to the power of, okay, what do you say? Okay, let it be converted into 3 into, okay, 10 to the power of uh, 0. Okay, this is how number into 10 to the power of 0 plus next 5. 5 into 1 increment you have to do 10 to the power of 1. Okay, now 3 into 10 to the power of 10, what is 10 to the power of 0 always becomes 1. Remember this. Okay, to the power of 0, anything is there, any number to the power of 0 is 1. Okay, 3 into 10, 3 into 1, what happens? 10, correct, right? 5 into 10, sorry, 3 into power of 1, 3 plus 50, 53. This is called as a decimal. Okay, if you want, I'll explain once again. If you have 55, okay, or 555, okay, so first 5 into 10 to the power of 0 plus next, this 5 is over, next second position, okay, 5 into 10 to the power of Okay, 1 plus this is also over now. Now we are taking this 5 into 10 to the power of 2. Okay, now this will be 5 into 10 to the power of 0. How much?
5.
5, because 10 to the power of 0 is 1, 5. Okay, 5 into 10. How much?
Yes, sir.
Because 10 to the power of 1 is equal to 10. Okay, 50. Okay, 10 to the power of means 100. 100 into 5, 500. Okay, how much? 555. This is how we do decimal. Now we will go to the binary. Okay, binary means instead of 10 we will put 2. That's it. Okay, now just see this. Say someone said 10. Okay, this not 10, they have given this number. Okay, 10, some number they have given. They want us to convert it into binary. Okay, what you have to do? First it is 0. Correct, right? 0 into 0, 10, 2 to the power of 0. What it is? 1. Correct, right? 1 into 0 something. Okay, let's see first. We'll do this. Then 1 into 2 to the power of 1. Okay. Now, you see how 10 we will get it. Okay, simple. So, there is something called as 10. Okay. To convert it, what is the value you want to know? This is some binary number. You consider it is binary. Okay, this is some binary number. I would like to convert it into normal integer. Okay, this is a decimal number. I want to convert it into integer. I have converted it. Some binary number they have given, and I want to convert it into some integer. 2 to the power of 0 into 0 something 0. It will become 2 to the power of 1 into 2. That will become 2. So the value of this is 2. So if I have 1001001 something, okay, like this. Now I want to convert it into integer. Okay. So first number, what it is? 2 to the power 1 into 2 to the power of 0. Okay. Plus this one 0. Anyhow, correct, right? This one will also become 0. Plus this one it is 0, 1, 2. Now it will become 3. Okay. 1 into 2 to the power of 3 plus, okay, this is 0, this is 0, 4, 5, 6, okay, 1 into 2 to the power of 6, okay, 0 plus 0, okay, 2 to the power of 6, okay, so what it will be? Okay, I don't know the number, how to calculate this. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16, 16 2s are 32, 32 2s are 64. This number is 64 number. Okay, plus 0 plus 0. What is this? 2 into 2, 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, plus 8. Okay, plus 0 plus 0 plus this is 2 to the power of 0, 1. 1 into 1, 1. Okay, now what is the value? 64. Okay, 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8. Okay, 64 plus 8. 64 plus 8 is how much? 72. Okay, 72 plus 1, 73. I don't know. Let me check that. Okay. I think I have launched it. Okay, here it is. Let me share the screen. Let us do all these things using our conversion in the integer. Okay, integer conversion something. We can use it and we can do it. Okay, guys, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, whatever we have done, it is a manual process or not? First of all, you tell me.
Yes, sir.
It is a manual process, right? Okay. So I have some number I have. Okay. I think we will take this example only. Let me give 1001001. Okay. I got 73. 1001001. 01. Okay. Okay. Int of a. I have just converting the a value into integer. Okay. It is integer only. Okay. So first of all, A is equal to some binary number. So converting any number, okay, A is already some integer, okay. Now I want to convert it into binary, okay. How I can convert? Just to put bin, okay, and give A. Now you see, okay. Now what I am trying is print A. Okay, A is equal to bin of, okay,
The
okay, okay,
same variable
bin,
you are giving, same variable.
yeah, 100,
Hmm.
1001, some number I am converting into binary.
Hmm.
Say for example, this is 10, okay, 100, 1001. So let me check this. Yeah, so this is a very big number, okay. Instead of, I'll just give 73. 73 number, convert it into binary. I am asking what number I should get. I should get this number, okay. Forget about what it is and all, just remove this. It, okay, let it be. Now I'm just converting 73 into binary. If you see, this is the number 100, 100, 1. Correct, right? Now I want to, now if you say, like, I want to know the type of A, because you have created one number A, okay, which type is that? It will tell you it is A is a string type. A. A. First I want to know A. A is actually a binary. Okay. Um, type of. Okay. Yeah. It represents some a string variable. Okay. Because when you convert this thing, it has to get stored. You cannot, when you have this type of 0B and all, it won't get converted into, what do you say, to represent it, it won't be converted into int. That is the reason they will be storing this naming convention in the string. Forget about it. Okay. Now A is equal to 73. Okay. Now what I want is, I want to convert it into binary. For that, what I did, bin of A. Okay. Bin of A. That's it. I got the binary value. Now the same thing, if I have some value, okay, which is in integer format, if I want to convert it into hexadecimal, if you take MAC address, how it looks, it will be like A1, okay, colon, okay. If you take any MAC address, it will be something like this, 00, okay, colon FF colon FC 1E, something like this it will be. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I'll give one more. It will become IP address. Okay. So what they ask you is like, they will ask you to first get this entire string, because it is in some colon format. So first they will ask you to get it into some sequence, entire thing in one sequence. So what you will do, you will take this and you will do some coding and you will somehow get it into this form. Okay, somewhere you will store this as B is equal to A1 00 FF FC 1E 3F. And what you will do is, whatever the thing you have taken, right? Okay, you will convert it into B is equal to, okay, um, it is in the hexadecimal format. Now you want to know what is this thing. Okay, so what you will do is, int of, okay, you will give this entire thing, okay, P. Okay, this is C, you consider. I think I'll get an error because it should be in 0x format. Yeah. In front you have to put X. Okay, now you will see, and it should be like this. Yeah. Yeah. B is equal to where something I've written. Oh, I cannot put everything like this. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So you have some string literal for int with base 10. Where I have put base 10? Int of B I have given. Okay. I will take you guys sequentially better, not to confuse anything. Okay. First I have integer. Guys, let me repeat this everything for you guys. A is equal to 10 I have. Okay. Something what I want is I can convert this 10 into what I can convert decimal format. I can convert it into octal format. Okay. Then I can convert it into hexadecimal, and also I can convert it into binary format. Okay. Now, first of all, let me convert this thing. If I want to multi-line multi-line comments, if I want, I can put like this. Okay. There is nothing issue here. Yeah. I think this is enough. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, still it is there, Appa. Okay, okay. Here also I have to remove. Three times, huh? Okay. Now I have given it some commenting I have done. Okay. Now first I want to convert it into decimal. Okay. Decimal of A. I'll run it. Okay. First, something is here. Okay. So, remove it. Something is here. What it is happening? Okay. Decimal conversion I would like to do. Okay. Because already any number is okay. First, anything, what function does your A supports? First, you see that. Remember that. What function it supports. Okay. If you see, it has got integer. Okay. Somewhere it is float. Is there anything? Float, f. Not float. Yeah, float is there. You can convert. Okay. And also apart from that, if you see carefully, you can convert it into bin. Binary bin. Anywhere is there? Bin is there. Bin. Anywhere. Okay. Let it be. It is not showing here because of the internal functions. Okay. But what we are doing it here is, I just want to convert it into anything, whatever I have, convert it into binary. Okay. Bin of A I'll give. If you see, it got converted into binary. No, I want to convert. Means if you see this is a 10, then what you have done is you have converted into binary. Okay. So example, I want to store it in value B. Okay. Just to see this. Okay. You want to store it in values B, whatever it got converted. Okay. That's fine. No problem. Now, I want to know, like C value, I want to convert it into hex, octa. Octa means to 8 to the power of 0, 8 to the power of 1, like that will be doing it. Okay. Oct space A. Okay. Now, if you see, same 10 only, I am converted into octal. Okay. So now, what I can do is I can print. Okay. Print D. Okay. Print B and C. Okay. Guys, you are getting anywhere confused, please let me know. I shouldn't make a mess of it. Okay. Now you have bin, you have oct, then you have hexadecimal. Okay. This is D. Print D. Okay. Because this is already a decimal value. You can have a conversion to binary value. You can convert it into hexa value. You can convert it into octal. Okay, any one among those. So if you convert anything into the binary, it will be added with 0b. And if you see, the first value is 0. Second position, 1 in this one, 1 into 2 to the power of what is that? 2 to the power of uh, uh, 10 I want. 10 I want means, let me show you 10 how it gets converted. Let me clear this mess. Okay. These things are not important for us, but we have to read them. 10 means what you will get. Okay. First you have 8 plus 2, you will get 10. Correct, right? That is how 4 plus 2 you can get, but this combination is not possible. First, how it is in the
Screen not
sense.
visible.
Oh,
Screen
sorry
not.
guys. Sorry guys. Yes. Okay. Now let me open it in the new tab. Binary I am converting. Again, 10 value I want to convert it into the binary. Okay, 10 value I want to convert it into the binary. Okay. So first 2 to the power of 0. Okay. 2 to the power of 1. 2 to the power of 2. 2 to the power of 3. Okay. First 2 to the power of, okay, 3. How much? 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8. Okay. First this one will become 1. Okay. Then second one, 2 to the power of 2. Okay. What we want? 10. So it will become 0. This bit cannot get enabled. Okay. 2 to the power of 1. Okay. It will become 2. Okay. So 8 plus 2, it will become 10. So this bit will be enabled. And 2 to the power of 0. Okay. We don't want this. Okay. So it will become 0. So now 1, 0, 1, 0. This is how it became. This is how it converted. Okay. Now let's get back. Okay. So the same thing it is applied. 1, 0, 1, 0. Okay. Now coming down to the hexadecimal values. Okay. How it has become into that particular thing. I gave 1, 0. Okay. Now in place of 1, what it will do is 2 to the power of, let me share the screen again. 2 to the, okay, 10, right? Okay. Now anything hexadecimal, first of all, I would like to give you one small description why we have hexadecimal. Okay. Wherever I am representing some number, okay, till 8, 9, 10, 9 till 9 I am representing in single digit, but 10 I am representing in 2 digits. Okay. To avoid such things, okay, they have come up with something called as, okay, hexadecimal. Till octal means this 8 till normal octal number, you can represent it in single digits. But if you are going for hexa, why you are going for hexa means like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 is represented in 2 digits. 11 is represented. To avoid that, what they have done is till 1 to 9 they will represent like this. 10 they want to represent it in single digit, so that's why what they will do is they will use it as A, then B will be 11, C will be 12, D will be 13, E will be 14, okay, F will be 15. Only hexadecimal will be from 0 to 16. Okay, hexa means 16. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. If you include 0, it will be total how many? 16. 15 plus 0 is equal to 16 to represent. Okay. Now, there is something what they have done is like 1, 0 is there. please convert this particular thing into some hexadecimal. Okay. Now what I'll do, 16 into 0 to the power of 0 into 16 to the power of 0, it will become 0. Okay. Then 1 into 16 to the power of 1. So it will become 16. Okay. Now let us see whether it is 16 or not. So it is A. Okay. 16 means like 10 it is. Okay, it is 10, right? Okay, let me guys, where it is. Okay, let me put it first 1, 2, where it went. Okay, 10. 10 means first. Oh. Okay, okay. Because in the first thing itself, you'll put 2. Okay, guys, let's see this. Okay, after some time, I even I know the conversion, but value conversion I'm trying to explain you guys, but something I'm missing out here. But just remember, if any integer number is there, if you want to convert them, you can use these functions. Okay, now you have these values. Okay, boss, I don't want these values again to be like keeping like this. Sometime I want to use them into integers again. So don't worry. Just what you have to do is print int of, just give b. Okay. If you want to convert back to integer, print int of c, print int of t. Okay. Int was based in integer of b. What is the mistake? Invalid literal int with base 10. Okay. Wait. Okay. Got it. Okay. Already integer this is. Okay. So you cannot convert it into again integer. Okay. But whereas if you have something called as you stored it in some string format. Okay. That you can convert. Say, so for example, 10 I have. I want to convert it into integer. That you can convert it. Okay. Say for example, I have like this. If you want, okay, to convert this particular thing into integer without any issue, it will get converted. But already existing an integer, it will not get converted into integer. Okay, let's clean this up, guys. Okay, what I want to give you an answer is like if you have some variables, okay, some numbers 10, 20, 50 or something like that, if you want to convert them into the binary format, you can do this by just entering a binary function. You have 4 different integer functions, that is bin function, oct function, and as well as hex function. Just a minute. Yeah, you have like this. Okay. So what you can do? Decimal means a is equal to 10, like that. Okay. Binary means any number when you have the extension. Say for example, a is equal to 0. Okay, with b or capital B, anything is okay. Okay, either it can be a capital B or a small b or something like that. Okay, that can be converted into print a is, okay, comma a. I can give like this. Okay, So any number, whatever you give with this particular extension, they'll be treated as binary numbers. Okay, but you have to give it as like a binary. Okay, now if you see internally type of A, if you consider internally, it will be an integer. Okay, it will be integer, but the problem is you have to convert, you have to put this thing. Okay, then only it will be considering it as binary. Now next thing is what? Octal. Okay, octal is, okay, A is equal to, okay, just select 0, okay, first letter, and second letter can be small o or capital O. Anything is fine. It is not like small only you have to put. Okay, then 123. Just guys, I would request like the formula, whatever it is, like converting it to hex and this thing, you try it once by checking converting hexadecimal to this thing, the actual working formula. Okay, I might have got confused today. Okay, so that is the reason I was not able to explain it. If you are not understanding, I'll just ping me. I'll just go through it. Anything, any reference, I'll go through and I'll explain it. Okay, but today, anyhow, we have the functions and all, we can directly use them. Okay, so that is the reason I'm not able to give you the explanation by calculating that. Okay, so now I have some octal number. I can convert it into anything. Okay, I can convert it into, like, if I want, I can convert it into what do you say? First of all, let's see. Print. Okay, copy it. Okay, now a value I have changed it here. Okay, now if you see what happens, this, okay, it is like converted this into some integer value. Okay, a is 83. Internally a is 83 only. Okay, a is stored as 83 only, but its format is in hex, octal format. Its format is in octal format. What I said, a is equal to something I have given. Okay, but in front of hexadecimal format I have put capital X, you can put small x. A means 10. That's what you guys know that. Okay, A is 10. In hexadecimal, wherever I find A, it is 10. And one more A is there, means 10, 10. Means 10, next to it another 10. That means like maybe what I guess is like 1110 something. Okay, now let us see. Take the same thing, copy it. To represent 1010, they might be using A. Let us see. Okay. Oh, no, it is 170. Okay. So we'll see the conversion later on our own. Okay. But these are the values of, okay, hexadecimal, octal, and these things. Okay. What you should know. These are like the integers representation. Okay, but internally when I try to access A, interesting point is they are giving me integer only, because if you see 1111, okay, 2 to the power of 1, okay, this is like 4 digits are there, right? 16, 8 plus 0, 2, 4, 8. Okay, so this one is okay. Now where it A is 15. Where it is? Okay, let me remove this. Okay, run this. Okay, now if you take this number is equivalent to 15. This number is equivalent to 83. This AA is equivalent to 170. Okay, now but if you observe this particular thing, okay, getting converted into internally, they are referring to what? They're referring to integer only. That is the first thing you have to remember. Okay. Now, this is something about integer. Okay. This is something about integer. But now I want to convert it into some number is there. Okay. Some number. Okay. Say for example, I have all the numbers like 2, 4, 6, 8. Means like 8 plus 2, how much? 8 plus 2 is equal to 10. 10 plus 2 is equal to 8 plus 4 is equal to 12. 12 plus 2 is equal to 14. 14 plus 1 is equal to 15. That is what value I have got. But what I want is like I want the same number to get. Means like A is equal to bin of, okay. Say for example, I want to convert it into 15. 15 value I want to convert it into binary. Let's see whether I'll get this or not. Let's check. Okay. A is equal to bin of 15. Why? Okay. Print of A. Okay. Now I got the same value. Did I get anything different? I got the same thing or not? Guys, are you following or not?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Sure. Okay. You can convert a number to binary. To which format you want to convert, that thing you have to mention. Okay. See, here I have it. Okay. If I give this particular thing, automatically it understood why Python is dynamically typed programming language. You need not to mention anything to it. As on when I am telling 0b means consider this is an integer which is in binary format. Okay, that's why when I try to access A, it gave me 15 instead of this particular thing. It understood this is a binary format integer value. Okay, now what I said, I have given some number and I told it to convert it into binary, it converted. Okay, if I say to convert it into this particular 83, okay, now B is equal to 83 I have. I would like to convert it into octal. Okay, then what I'll do is I'll just put oct. Okay, then print B. Now see this. I will get the same 123. Okay, then at the end, the last one but not least, C is equal to, okay, O X A. That's what it is there, right? Okay, now I want to convert it into octal format of 170. 170 is some integer number. I want to convert it into octal format. Just to see this, print C. Okay, 170. Okay. Oh, not octal. Hex. What is it? Hex. Yeah. Okay, it is AA, the same number what we have given input. Okay, just remember 2 points. For converting any number, okay, into integer, first the value whatever you are getting the binary, just give that as is. It will be treated as integer. Okay, but if you have some strings, okay, 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 forget when it comes to the strings, we will see it later. But now what you have to remember is any numbers you can convert into binary, octal, hex. Okay, 3 points which you have to remember. Okay, forget. And one more thing, next you have the floating. Okay, remember floating, whatever you have, you cannot convert it into decimals, converting into binary or all these things doesn't happen, hexadecimal, all these things, because a finite number can only be converted into hex or oct or anything. Float cannot be converted into these things. This point is clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Siddhant,
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Siddharth.
Yeah, yes, sir. This is clear.
Yeah, float number can never be converted into, okay, like binary or anything. But if you want to, you have to convert it back to some integer. Say, for example, I have uh, 10.5 example. Okay, a is equal to. This is what it is, a float, correct, right? Now I have to convert it into a is equal to int of a. Okay. Now, if I see print a, if you see now it might have converted into integer, correct, right? 10.5 converted into integer. Now you can convert it into, okay, bin of a. Now you can convert, okay. Now it is converted into binary because this is 8 plus 0 plus 2, 10. That's it. Okay. So now it is converted. Okay. Directly float never converts. If you try to, okay, without this step converting, it will throw you error. See, float object cannot be integral part as an integer. Okay. Just remember that as a important step. Okay. Now, float is a data type. Okay. And it will have some floating values. Okay. One thing you have to remember. There are some situations where some float numbers might represent like this, because if it is a very big number, okay, then some people what they say is 1 dot or 10.5 E3 something, it will, they will represent, okay, not C3, it is E3, okay, something exponential factor, means like so many values are there. Now if you see, I'll remove this, guys, okay, if you see, will it throw any error or something like that? Normal print, you guys know, normal float numbers, but uh, see, this is what, how they will be exponential of E3 means like it will be moving the digits, okay. E3 means like please, okay, move this to 3 digits aside, means 5, it will go to that side and next 2 digits will be placed, okay. So something, these representations will come, okay, in Python. Why they use is to convert, means like when you are studying some program, if they mention like E3 means like move the decimal points to the right side 3 values, means like if I have 10.5, then what it will do means right side 3 means 10 dot 10 dot, right, then it will come 5, three points. First point you have got, second, third, and then dot. So that is what it happened. Okay. So these type of representations comes. Many of the people, they doesn't explain in their Python classes these things. Sometimes when you are extracting data from the Excels and all, you will get such data. Okay, when you extract it. So what it signifies, how you have to do it, all depends upon the operations you do. But if the Python understand this, then internally it will be thinking like this, the value. So whether it is the right value or not for you, you have to think. You have to check with your product owner. See, if I get the value like from the Excel or somewhere location, 10.5 E3 means I'm moving my decimal portion towards the right side of 3 values. So is it correct or not? Like that you should ask. Okay. Siddhant, you got it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, Siddharth, you got this point, right? In
Yes,
future,
yes.
when you have to, like when you are like working on any Excel, you're extracting data from Excels. You might have seen this when entering the phone number in Excel. You will see this, right? Usually, am I correct or not? Phone numbers, list of phone numbers. If you see some E3 or something like that, it will come. If you have very big decimal numbers, also you will see this. Sometimes you will get this data, but you have to check with your product owner whether to consider it as like E3 or some other numbers, you have to replace it. Okay, that is what. Okay, now this is about the float. We can represent int values in decimals, binaries, oct and hexa formats, but we cannot represent float values, but we have to use it in only float format only. If you try to represent any float number uh, like uh, like this 0b or something like that, and if you try to run it, it will give you syntax error. Okay, remember that. Okay, so two data types we covered, integer and float. Now there is one more interesting data type, that is complex. Okay, so we have covered what? Let me check. We have covered, okay, sorry. We have covered integer and we have covered float to certain extent. Okay, now next is called as complex. Okay, what is meant by complex? Okay, remember guys, okay, complex is, okay, a representation of format which will have two parts. Okay, x plus y j format it is. It will have a real part, means like x. Oh, yeah, guys, you remind me. Okay, okay. So control y, control y. Okay. Now complex is a representation of, okay, a specific data type. Okay, which is in the format of x plus y j. Okay, x is called as real part, y is called as imaginary number. Okay, j is some constant. We don't require this data type because it is for scientific data purpose, like analytics or something like that. They use this. Okay, but for us as the computer engineers, where we will be running some file operations, that this and all, right, during that time it is not required, but it is always important to remember, say how it represented in the actual way. Okay, 10 plus 2j, this is called as, okay, complex number. This is on integer, you put only 10. Okay, float you will put 10.5. This is the format. J should be there. 10 plus 2j. Automatically our Python interpreter considers it as one data type called as complex. Okay, you need not to worry about it. Okay, and one more thing. Okay, if you give a is equal to, okay, 0 plus 5j, no error, because it considers this is a real and this is an imaginary. Okay, okay, guys, understood?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I will show you. Okay, let me show that same thing here. Yeah, okay, now C is A is equal to 10 plus 5j. Okay, type I want to know what type of data it is. When I click enter, it showed it is complex data type. Okay, that's fantastic. Okay, but I want to give nothing, only 5j I want to give. Will it be considered? Definitely, because the first value, the real value is 0. Okay, how I'll come to know? Just you give a dot real, you give like this. Okay, or here only you give, okay, a dot real, control X, and just run it. 0.0, correct, right? Now imaginary part I want, a dot image, this much is enough, imag, run it. 5.0, got it, right? Even though it is showing integer, because what we have given is integer, internally it is converted into float only. Okay, so now what is the thing? It is like A is equal to 5j, whatever I have given, it is a complex type. That is the first thing you have to remember. It is a complex type where 10 is a real part and 5 is an imaginary part, j is a constant, which is used to all these entire values for some scientific purpose. We can use not like electrical engineering, all those places they will use it. Remaining places and all, it is not used. Just remember that. Till here, everything clear, right? I'm going to the next Boolean type. Okay, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let us move to the Boolean type. So, guys, I have finished. Finished in the sense we have made some progress with this also. Okay, now Boolean. Okay, Boolean. What is meant by Boolean? Either it can be 0 or it can be 1. Boolean means true or false. Okay, guys, remember, whenever I say A is equal to true, this is called as Boolean variable. Okay, B is equal to false. This is called as Boolean. Okay, remember, guys, true and false, as I said on the day, should be capital. If you put small trua, then it is considered as what? Some issue with you. Something error it will display. Okay. Now, what when you say A is equal to 2, as soon as when you give this, okay, they will be internally pointing to like A to some specific location called as true as a boolean, but internal it is again pointing to predefined variables are there, right? 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. There one is true is pointing to 1 and false is pointing to 0. Remember that. I will prove that now for you guys. Okay, let us come back. Now A is equal to, I have something called as number. Correct, right? Huh? It will have some ID, right, for that? Guys?
Yes, sir.
Guys? Okay. This is what the ID of A. Some number 0. Okay. I have got it. Okay. Now, B is equal to false. 1. Okay. This is also a number. So I'm trying to get the ID of A. Okay. Now, if you see, both are different. B is equal to, A is equal to 0. Okay, B I have to put. Okay. Both are pointing to different IDs. Correct, right? Okay. Now, A is equal to some, C is equal to true. C is equal to true. Okay. Now, let us see that. What is print of ID of C? C. Okay, run this. Guys, if you see this, print of ID of C, whatever we have is pointing to true. Correct, right? Correct, right? Guys, C is storing somewhere. Correct, right? True. True, it is storing somewhere. Okay. Now, if I see C is equal to, okay, D is equal to int of C. Okay, now you see print ID of D. If you see this, what is the number? True means what? 1, correct, right? This is the ID, right?
Yes, sir.
Guys, this is the ID. True has got some ID. Now what I did, I converted it into integer. True I converted into integer. I might have got print of C. Okay. Now you will see print of C. Okay. C is an integer. Okay. Now I converted into D. Okay. Where integer number is stored. that is converted into 1. But internally 1 is what? It is referring to some number. Okay. So always remember, you can convert, okay, any Boolean value to integer. Okay. But two values only you will get. For true, you will get 1. For false, you will get 0. These two things you have to remember. Okay. Now, forget about all those things. Let's go ahead with our this thing. D is equal to false. Okay. Now print ID of D. Okay. Now we have got some all the things. Okay. Now what I want is I want to convert. Will it be possible? Integer I was able to convert. Which one? C. Okay. And I was able to convert it into float. I mean like false also. Okay. So print integer of C. I am successfully converted into. Okay. Print of int of D. Okay. I was able to convert. Okay. 1 and 0 I have got it. But the same things, is it possible for me to convert it into the float? Okay. Just convert it into float. FLO80. Yeah. Convert it into float. Guys, see this? You are able to convert true to 1.0, float to 0.0. Okay. That is the things you can convert. Floating you can convert. Okay. Now let us see later other data types we'll see and see what and all data types you can convert into other formats and all. Okay. Now today, as of now, we have covered like integer. Integer you can represent integer value like this also, like 0b something means it is storing in some hexadecimal, binary or octal format. Okay, if you want, you can see this internally, they will get stored as integers only. But if you want to convert anything, any number into binary, okay, a binary, that particular number, octal, that particular number, hex, that particular number. These are called as functions. You can use these functions to convert any integer into their respective format. These are all which functions? Integer functions. Integer class has got all these functions. Okay, we will see them later. Okay, if you want anything further down. But as of now, what you have to remember, these are all integer class functions. Okay, now integer class functions will have all these predefined functions. They will get loaded during the runtime itself. Okay, and if you have something like this, there is something called as floating. Floating means any number which is having some decimal value, that is called as float. Float can actually can be represented sometimes with you can convert it into integer. Okay, it removes the decimal part, and sometimes you can have some decimal values with E3, E4 means how many decimal numbers it has to move further. Okay, those number of zeros it will put. Okay, so that is the first thing. Okay, then there is something called as complex. Complex is X plus YJ format, which is used for scientific and electrical engineering purposes, for having a real part or imaginary, real part as X and imaginary part of Y with a product of J, which will give you something to extract. Okay, to get the real part, something like C is equal to X plus, I mean like 10 plus 5J means C dot real part, if you have to get means C dot real. If you want to get the imaginary, C dot IM AG. That's it. You will get the real and imaginary part of any complex thing. Okay. So now we have finished that as well, and we have moved on to the next part as Boolean. Boolean has got two parts. One is true and another is false. Even though their true is storing in one location, but internally the value of true is referring to the integer value. You can convert the true to integer and true to float. Same way false to integer and false to float, which they give subsequent 1.0 or 0.0 or 1.1. Like these values, 1 or 0 values, int, float, anything you can convert them. Okay, so this is still here. It is called as what do you say? Boolean. Okay, now next we are going to string. Guys, any doubts before we move on to float? Ramesh? Ramesh? Huh?
No.
No. Okay. Next is what we have. Okay. We have something called as string data type. Here. Okay. String. Okay. Now, string is also one data type. What is meant by string? String is nothing but if you take like this, okay, a box, okay, a box can have empty items or one item or two items or three items like this, okay. It can be a empty string or it can be a group of characters, okay. It can be empty or it can have group of characters is called as a string. A string represents string data type, okay. But a string is a sequence of characters enclosed in single quote, double quote, or triple quote. Okay. Now, let us go back to our, now string. A is equal to hi. This is a single quote. B is equal to hi. Okay, let me. Okay, hi. Okay. C is equal to hi. Okay, but print A. Okay, we'll see what is the result we'll get. B. C. Now I'll run it. Guys, did we get any difference? Guys, open up your mouth. Hey, huh?
All are high on this.
Same output.
All are same, right?
Yes, sir. All are.
Did you find any difference? Then why we have three parts? This is important interview question, guys. Then what is the significance of it? Correct, right? Okay. Now let us see. A is equal to, okay, whose book is this? Okay. I have put it. Okay. Now this is a string, correct, right?
Yes, sir.
Print of A. Now see what happens. What it gave me? Invalid syntax. Invalid syntax. Okay. That means if any apostrophes if I have to put with a single quote, it is not possible for me to enter. Okay. So I should have some approach. What is that? A is equal to whose book is this? Okay. Now print of A. See this, guys. Now apostrophes has come. Instead of throwing me the invalid syntax thing, now with the double quote, what I have put, it has understood that, oh, this is apostrophes. That is what we have. Double quote. Okay, that's fantastic. Then why the hell we have the triple quote? Triple quote. Why we need triple quote? Is there any significance? Even if I put A is equal to triple quote, Okay, if I have A is equal to hello friends, FRIENDS. Okay, hello friends, I have this. Okay, now I have double quote. Okay, if I give like this also, so this is invalid syntax because double quote only should be there. Okay, oh, okay, okay, just remember that. Okay, now what I'll do is A is equal to, now I have single quote, hello, hello friends. What did it change? It didn't change anything. Okay, it didn't change anything. Print of A. Did it change anything? I want to know. Did it change anything? Nothing got changed. But why the hell we are using? Okay, now let us do one thing. Let me put it like this. Okay, and let me run it. If you see this, okay, which one is the fourth line? Guys, which one is the fourth line?
A is equal to
Line 4. 1, 2,
the printers.
3, 4. Okay, if I run this directly, okay, first remove till here. 3 lines is there, right? I'll copy it. Then I'll run it. This one I got properly the answer, right? Without
sir.
any issue, right? Now you see this. Okay. I remove this. Okay. If I run that, if I have double quote or single quotes, if I have an input something which is so big where I have to give it in multiple lines in my IDE. Okay. So that time it won't allow with single quote or double quote. It will throw me some error. If I have very big, very big, so big that this is like from here to like this entire big line, and from here to here like that. Okay, so that kind of things, if you have, okay, like this, something so big, that time with the double quote and all, next line you cannot go. Correct, right? Okay, so that time what you'll do is, like if you have any new line characters based something is there, then it will be considered. Say for example, I'll show you. Okay, here only I'll show you. Let me remove that. I have received some input. Okay, let me remove this. Okay, sometimes there will be a possibility you will receive like this example. Okay, hello, see, /n, if I put, it will get escaped. But let me remove this also. Now it automatically takes this. See, /n if you use for multi-line thing, it will. Okay, double quote if you have escape character. We will see escape character after some time. Okay, but if you don't have this, if you have like this, then it won't. But to get without, when there is no escape character, to make it work, you must have triple quote. But if you don't have triple quote, okay, or something like that, but if you try to put /n, then it will work. Okay, without any issue. See, /n, before to that you have to get this here. In single line only it should be. Now it won't throw any error. Okay, remember that. Please, guys, don't get confused. Triple quote is for multi-lines. Double quote to is like have some apostrophes. Single quote related letters somewhere it is there, then to understand them. Okay. You don't have plain text, everything is plain text without any special characters or apostrophes or anything, then use single quotes. But always advisable with double quote anything. Okay. Advisable, but it is not mandatory. Okay. That is called as string. Okay. Now is it okay? Guys, you understood to certain extent these data types till string?
Yes, sir.
Sure. Siddhant,
Yes, sir.
Siddharth,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
sure, 100% I can be confident on that, right? Okay. Ramesh, you understood?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So now strings also we are done. Okay. So now we have gone through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 data types we have gone through, sorry. Okay. So these 5 data types are called as, these things are called as fundamental, sorry, fundamental data types. Remember this. Okay. These are called as fundamental data types. What is meant by fundamental? Means the foundations, main basics. These are the basic data types what we have. From these we have derived new data types. Okay. Those are called as, okay, those are called as derived data types. Derived data types. Okay. Those are different types. Okay. But they are having all these. If any derived data type you have to create, you must have integer, float, complex, boolean, strings to be part of it. Okay, any of these data types, using them only you will be able to create derived data types. Okay, so we have bytes. Okay, we have byte array. Okay, we have list, we have tuple, we have set, we have frozen set, we have dictionary, we have I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 range. Yeah, range data type we have. Okay, range you can give 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, these are the main data types we have in the derived. Apart from these two, there is something called as none. None means nothing. None of, like it is not a fundamental data type, it is not a derived data type. Some none value you can give, assign, like true, false, none. None means nothing will be there. Okay, there is one thing. None means like it is not null. Null means it is empty, but none means nothing. It doesn't belongs to any type of data. But when you say null means which object it is there, whether type of the object, but it is not type. It is like void, nothing. Okay, that is called as none. So you have fundamental data types like int, float, complex, boolean, string, which we have discussed now, and we have derived data types, which is like you have to, like bytes, if you have to do means you must be having integer numbers only. Okay, byte array means only integer numbers, but with some restrictions. Okay, we'll see what it is. But list means you can have like collection of integers, floats, complex, boolean, strings, and all these things. Tuples, same thing. Okay, but they are different things. But one thing before we have to get into these things, we have to remember one thing. All fundamental data types Remember guys, all fundamental data types are, okay, mutable, or all the fundamental data types are mutable. Okay, okay. What is meant by mutable? There are two things are there. One is mutable and another one is immutable. Okay, just remember. Okay, I have a is equal to 10. Okay, or something. 10 is there. Okay, now a is referring to 10. Okay, if I am able to change the value of 10, means like the value of an object. Okay, changing the value of an object is called as mutability. Mutable, changing the value of an object. Now I have something, a is equal to some box is there. If I am able to change this value of an object, that is called as mutable object. Okay, immutable. Okay, if you are not able to change the value of an object, means that is called as, this object is called as immutable. You cannot change means immutable. If you are able to change means it is mutable. Okay, now how I can say that? Okay, let us take one small example. Okay, now a is equal to hello world. I will take a complex. Okay, something number. Okay, a b is equal to 10. Okay, now what I have done is, okay, now a is stored something over here. Correct, right? A is stored something over here in this object. Now, if I want to know the object ID location, print ID of A. Okay. Now, if I want to know the location of the B, I will say ID of B. Okay. First, I want to know the locations. Okay. Then you will be able to easily understand what is mutability. Okay. Now what I have done is I changed the value of A to hello. Okay. I have changed the value of A to hello. And what I did is I'm trying to print A. Okay. ID of, okay, this thing. Okay. Like this, the memory location of hello is, then you put like this and put comma. Okay, and you put like this. Okay, okay, see, this is the ID. Okay, this is the, does hello world A, earlier A is holding some hello world, correct, right? A is holding some hello world. Then I said A is equal to hello. Okay, does this object value got changed or object itself changed? You tell me that. Guys, understood or not? First of all, you tell me that. Guys, Siddhant,
Yes, sir.
Siddharth, Ramesh, what you have observed here, you please let me know.
Value got changed, sir.
Value got changed or the object itself changed?
Sir, first
When
it
I
was
tried
pointing
to
to hello
create,
world.
modify,
First it was pointing to hello world. Now it is pointing to hello.
yeah.
So now the value of the object is
Now the
also
value in the object got changed or the object itself changed?
object itself got changed.
Changed. Correct, right? But I will show one thing. I will take some other data type. Okay. 10. Okay. 10. Number 10 I have taken. Correct, right? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Print. Okay. I will put it here. Okay. Now A is equal to 20. Okay. Now you help me out with this. Okay. Now what happened to the 10? Guys, same thing, right? Like above only. The value, whichever it is there in the object, is staying there only. I am not able to modify it. Correct, right? A, whatever I am referring, the arrow of A, okay, is just moved to 20 value. Correct, right? I am not able to modify the value, like 20 value I cannot change now. 10 I cannot remove it and I cannot replace it with 20. Correct, right? Okay. Now I'll show you one more object. A is equal to 10 comma 20 comma 30. Okay, this is something called as list. Okay, print. Okay, id of A. Just remember this, guys. Okay, now I got the id of the this particular list. Okay, now what I'll do is A dot add of 40. Something I have added. Okay, okay. Object has no attributes. Add. Okay. And then A dot append. Okay. Now what I have done is I have added. If you see print of A after adding something, okay, it added something. Correct, right? Guys, did I modify the object or not?
Yes.
I have done modification to the object, right? It was storing 3 values. Now it is storing 4 values. Now I try to modify the object, whether it will point to the same memory location or different location. Now you see this. This is also very important interview question. Very, very important interview question. Okay. Now you see this. Before to that, whichever the memory location was there, the same memory location is pointing out. Okay. But initially it was only 3 values. Now it has got 4 values. But whereas for us, for this particular thing, I had hello world. Now I changed that thing to hello. Okay. It is pointing to altogether different memory location. Correct, right? Why this is happening? One thing you remember, all fundamental data types are immutable, means you cannot modify if you once create an object. Okay, if you cannot modify them. Okay, but derived data types, some of them are mutable, some of them are immutable. What are which? We will say it later. But one thing what you have to remember, all the fundamental data types are, once they gets created as an object, Okay, even if you take A is equal to 5,000, which is like beyond our predefined variables, right? So print ID of A. Now the value of A, I am turning it to 100. Okay. Now if you see print ID of A, they are not pointing to the same object. They are pointing to different object.
Yes, sir.
But that is not the case here for me. A is equal to, okay, 10, hello, comma, world, something, something. I'm A dot append of, okay, my name. Okay. I have some new variable, my name I am giving it. Okay. Then print ID of A. Now the same thing. You observe, I have added now, okay, new value and I'm printing it. Are they referring to the same object or not? They are referring. There is no change in the object. Values got changed, but the ID, the object location is the same. Okay? Just remember those things. Important things. All the fundamental data types are, okay? All fundamental data types are mutable or immutable?
Immutable.
Immutable. Okay.
Immutable.
But derived data types, few of them are mutable and few of them are immutable. Important interview question. Just remember that. Okay. With this, we will
Sir,
wrap
not
it up
clear,
today.
sir, not
Yeah,
not
yeah, go
clear
ahead.
on this. I'm not clear
Okay.
on this. Actually, when you were
Don't
saying
worry. I'll explain it.
A is equal to
Yeah,
hello
yeah.
world, when A is equal to hello, the value changed. So that was also
Yes,
object, no?
I'll tell you. Here in the box, I'll tell you. Okay. Now, see Siddharth. A, I have something. Okay. A is equal to I have something. Some box it got created. Okay. A is equal to 10, I said. That means 10 value is here. Correct, right? Okay.
Okay,
And A is pointing to 10. Correct, right?
okay.
Okay. Now, A is equal to, say for example, 20, I said. Now what happens, you tell me.
So value changed.
Now ID of A I'll give you before 20. Okay, this will be the better way you understand. Now ID of A I will do. I will get see this ID location as 100. Example. Okay. Now remember that this address location is 100. Okay. Now A is equal to 20. I'll give. Correct, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now what happens? Tell me what happens here.
Memory ID will be same.
This one? You mean to say this it will be the same? This number will
Yes.
get changed?
Yeah, number will
No,
get changed, but the
that's
memory
what I
value
said.
will be.
No. That's what I said. Okay. See, when you get this right, memory location, okay. If you have predefined values will be there. Correct, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like this, 256 something, it is there. Example, I'm giving. Okay. For you to understand. Okay. Now
Mm-hmm.
A is equal to 1, I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now A will go and point to some memory location. Correct, right? This is 100. Okay. Now, when I say A is equal to 2, okay, do you mean to say the value of 1 will get converted to 2? Is it required? No. Instead, what we can do, just point it to 2. That's it. This is 101 location. You got it right, Siddharth?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Now, okay, this is till 256. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, A is equal to, okay, I said 257. Okay. Means here one new ID will be created. 257. Okay. Now I say A is equal to 258. Means I got 250, one extra value I am putting. Correct, right? That time what it does, instead of using the same object, it will create 258, one more object. And this will point, okay, this will point here and this will point here.
So
Okay.
ID will be
Now I
different.
show you. Yes, memory location where the value gets stored will be totally different for all derived data types. Okay, that we will see it practically. Okay, see this. Now, A is equal to 10 I'll take. Correct, right? It is less than 256 or not?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, ID of A we will take. Okay, print ID of A. First we'll get the memory location. What value it is there means 10 it will be there. Correct, right? Correct, right? Okay. Now
Right.
first we will see that. This location has got 10. Okay. Now what I'll do is B A is equal to 20 I'll put. Okay. Now what you are saying, what's your understanding earlier was, now the value of 10 will get converted into 20. Okay. But the memory location will be the same. Correct, right? No, that is not the case. What happens here is the value of the 10 will be there like that only. Okay. But the arrow reference is somewhere 20 value is somewhere it is there. Okay. Now B A is equal to 20 will point to the different location where 20 is stored. For that different address will be there. 20 will have different address, 10 will have different address, 11 will have different address. So different numbers will have different addresses. If you refer A is equal to 10, then it will point to the address where 10 is stored. If you say A is equal to 20, it will point to the value 20 where it is stored. Till here it is clear, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now I want that thing. First, that clarity is important. First, you have come to know that where which thing is lying down. Okay, now some locations, okay, including, okay, A is equal to even first strings. Hello is there. Correct, right? Now, B is equal to what I have done is I have changed. Okay, now A value I have changed. Okay, B. Okay, now I'll put this as C for our convenience. Okay, C. Okay, this will be D. Hello, I have changed to, okay, let me put this as C. Okay, just see this. The first thing is hello, and it has got some memory location. Okay, now what I'll
Okay.
do is D is having something that has a capital HELLO. Okay, some different other than that. Now I will try to print this ID location of D. If you see this, as soon as the content got changed, it referred to the different object. Okay, so much so, I will show here one important thing. Okay, remove this particular part. Okay, even though A is equal to, okay, A is equal to B is equal to C is equal to, okay, C is equal to 258. Example I'll take. D is equal to 258. Okay, print Okay. If they are referring to the same object, okay, still why it is getting different value? If you observe what I said, till 256, okay, till
Mm-hmm.
256, it will be like A will be reusable thing, okay. It will go and point to that, it will go and point to
But
this, okay.
258 is the same value, no? So why for 258 they
Yes,
are changing?
yes. That's what I'm telling you. Okay. They doesn't want derived data types to not be, should not be reusable. Only to certain extent only they should be able to reusable. Okay. And do not want to see what happens, I'll tell you. C is
Sir,
equal to 258.
what you are referring as derived data types?
No. This is, sorry, uh, fundamental data types. Okay. Uh, C is equal to 258. What happens is if I
Mm.
say C is equal to 258, okay, and if I immediately say C is equal, or I will remove this. Okay. I will remove this. C is equal to 258. Okay. If I have two different things, that time they will refer to the same thing. But if I have D is equal to 258, just remember this. Okay. If I have D is equal to 258, okay. When you say this, okay, they will be referring to same different things. Means the number of times, let me show you in the image. Till, okay, till 256, that's what I said. Till 256, okay, object reusability can be possible because they are stored in one location. If I want to create age equal to, if age equal to 10 means 10 somewhere it is stored here. Okay, this memory location, if I have age equal to 10, B is equal to 10, C is equal to 10, all refer to that object only. Okay, now here in Python, what they have done is, if I have something beyond 256, like 257, okay, say for example, A is equal to 257, B is equal to 257, C is equal to 257. What they have done is, when you say A is equal to 257, they will go and refer to this, okay, and the next reusability is not there beyond 256, right? Till 256 only reusability is there. So B is equal to 250, 257 example, okay. B is equal to also 257. So that time what it will do is it will create a new object 257. C is equal to new object 257. Okay. This is what it happens internally. The object reusability is there till 256. Okay. For reference. But that reference is not there for the same thing. Like even the object is same, it is not there beyond the
But
values of
if I
257.
give C is equal to 254, for example, and D is equal to
250.
C is equal to 254 and D
Uh,
is equal to 254, will the value will be same of memory
yes,
location?
absolutely. Because less than 256 only, right?
Okay, so less than 256, the object will be reusable, correct?
Yes, correct. That is the reason. Why? Because they are preloading into the memory. Okay. So
Okay.
if you try to give some value 256 also, okay, let me show you. Yeah. C is equal to 256. Okay. C is equal to 256. D value I have put it there. Okay. Now, if you see, I have given 256. Okay. And I have given C is equal to 258. Okay. Now I'll show you print ID of A. Correct, right? Okay. Now ID of C. Okay. Now I'll give 256 only. Okay. Till 256, what happens? You see. Okay. Okay. And you have something called as
D is equal to
254. Yeah, 254 also I'll put.
variables are
Nothing.
same. Sir. Variables are
Huh?
same. C and D you have to mention. C, it is coming C and C
No,
only.
let it
Both
be.
are
ID we are getting, right? Let it be, not a
okay.
problem. Let it be. We need that thing only, right? Where it is getting
Okay.
changed, where it is not getting changed. Okay. Now
Mhm.
I will take C only here also. Okay. Because I don't want to write multiple times the same thing. Okay. And I'll remove this. Okay. And I'll remove this as well. Okay. 258 I'll put. Okay. See this till this thing. Okay. Where C value till 256, it had the same reference. Correct, right? Till 256, it has the same reference. CC is referring to the same thing. C 256, C 256 also referring to the same thing. But same number. Okay. But reusability will not applicable beyond this. Okay. So it is creating altogether different object. Here also, if I come here and say C is equal to 255, okay, and if I ask to print it, okay, immediately the third value what we get, it will be different. 1, 2, 3. Third value will be different. I'll remove this so that it will be more. Okay, you will get it different because altogether it refers to the different object. That's what, right?
Yes,
All the
exactly.
fundamental data types are immutable. You cannot modify them. Correct, right? So then if you have this particular kind of strict reusability, strict these things are there, how come there is a possibility to change the value which is there in the object? Because the address will hold the values for us here in Python. Correct, right? Some specific object will store some values. Okay.
Sir, in one sense, in what sense you are saying that data types are immutable? Means fundamental data types are immutable. Can you
Correct.
explain on this?
Yeah. Okay. Now you got that particular part is cleared, right? Okay.
Correct, sir.
That
Correct.
object. Okay. Now the next part is the fundamental data types are immutable. Okay. Now
Yeah.
the immutable means I have C is equal to 100, value 100. Okay. Now ID of C is some ID of C is some value. Correct, right?
Correct.
That memory location which is holding the value 100. Correct, right? Now the object whatever I have is this object. Correct, right? Now is it possible for me to change the value of 100? Okay. Or even if you take 500. Okay. Okay. Beyond 256 only you take. Okay. Now I know this is an object. This has got some value 500. Correct, right? Okay. Now
Yes.
I want to change the value of the object to 501. Means like I want to make, I want to modify it. That is called as immutability. I want to modify it. Okay. Then let me check whether I can do it or not. It looks to be it is done. Correct, right? But if I
Yeah.
carefully see this, okay, if I carefully see this, it is not modified the value. Okay. Instead, what happened is it started referring to different object altogether. So this object, whatever it is there, did not get changed. It is still holding 500 value only.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But when I said C is equal to, okay,
Sir,
print
but now it's carrying a different value.
which
C
one?
is carrying a different value.
Yes,
First it was
that is
carrying
what it is.
500.
Yes, that's
Now it
what.
is carrying 501.
501. 501, it is in different object only. Okay. The C is not modified. Correct, right? That is
Correct, correct.
itself called as immutable. You
But
are
sir,
only
if
telling
under
that it is.
okay,
Go ahead.
okay,
You are bringing the confidence of the argument that you are only telling that it is like referred to the new thing. Means that is called as immutable. You cannot change the object. That's why it started altogether referring to different object.
But
It
if under
stored 500
256, before 256, we see that objects are reusable, correct? So means they would be
correct
like they are reusable.
reusable. Okay. But C is equal to 500 if you say they are reusable. Just
Correct,
only
correct.
the
I
arrows
got
are
it.
marking.
I got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got
They
it.
are
I got it.
referring.
Value would be
Yeah.
same. Under 256 also the
Same.
condition is the value should be same.
Same. Till 256,
Yeah,
the value memory address will also be the same. Here,
correct, correct.
even if you have the same, or even if you have the different, mutability means changing the value of the object. Like earlier, A is equal to 10 is there. Okay. B is equal to 10 is there. They are referring to the same
Got it.
object.
Got it.
That is called as
Yeah,
object
yeah, I got
reusability.
it now.
That is
Yeah.
nothing to do. But now A is equal to 10 is there. B is equal to 10 is there. I mean, A is equal to 10 is there. Now I am changing the value of A. A is now in 100 location. Okay. Now A is equal to 20 I have done. Now I want to see 20 is there in the 100 location or not. When I say ID of 20, it will give me 110 or something. Correct, right? Means it is not
Correct.
changed. The okay.
Correct, correct, sir.
So this is called as, okay, this is called as the object reusability. Okay. And all the fundamental data types are, now you tell me with strong confidence you can say that, right? They are all, guys, they are all,
Immutable.
yes. Siddhant,
Yes, sir.
are you sure about that, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So tomorrow we'll be talking about the all derived data types. Okay.
Right.
Got it? Hmm?
Okay, sir.
Guys, fine then. Tomorrow we'll see. We'll start by 10:30. Okay. Tomorrow we will finish the data types to certain extent. Like all data types, you'll be aware. Next time, if you want to do any practice during the weekdays, also you can do that. That type we will finish. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay then. I'll share it now and in some time. I'll share it for you guys. This thing. Okay.
Okay, sir.
The video. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Okay, sir.
Bye, guys. Take care.
Bye bye.
Yeah.